Hello everyone, and welcome back to Entertainment on Point. For the first episode of this spring semester, I'm your host, Hannah Buzza.
And I'm your host, Miss Alexis. From TV reboots to new song releases and everything in between, we have quite the show for you back this semester. But first, let's kick it off with this week's top stories.
Todd and Julie Chrisley have begun their prison sentences after being found guilty of fraud and tax evasion convictions. On Tuesday, Todd reported to the federal prison camp Pensacola to begin his 12-year prison sentence. His wife Julie reported to the Federal Correctional Institution and federal prison camp Mariana, where she will be serving her 7-year sentence. Both Todd and Julie were sentenced to a combined 19 years in prison back in November after a jury convicted the couple of multi-million-dollar bank fraud and tax evasion. Following their sentences, the couple is to serve an additional 16 months of probation. Despite their long prison sentences, it seems like the Chrisleys won't be in too much distress over their new living situations. The New York Post calls Todd's new home, quote, one of the cushiest, referring to prisons, in America, end quote. FPC Pensacola is a minimum security facility located in Pensacola, Florida. Defense attorney Alan Ellis described the prison as a pretty laid-back experience and is more like a camp. He also said, quote, if I had to do time, that's one of the places I'd want to be designated to, end quote. Inmates can enjoy amenities such as racquetball, volleyball, and horseshoes. The prison also occasionally offers movie nights in the prison's movie theater. Former inmate Tim Denay, former NBA referee, told the NY Post, it has every dumbbell and barbell that you could imagine. Denay pled guilty to 2 gambling-related charges. He criticized the prison by saying, quote, I don't get why you use tax dollars to do that, to pay those guards, pay all those doctors and nurses, and all those people that are there, when you really can just put these people on house arrest, end quote. Julie Chrisley is in a different prison, but is undergoing similar circumstances. Her facility is in FMC Lexington, Kentucky, which the NY Post described as an, quote, administrative security federal medical center with an adjacent minimal security satellite camp, end quote. While the Chrisleys' rep has yet to make a comment, both Todd and Julie have spoken out. Todd did his last interview with his son Chase, which has yet to be released, but is said to be a no-holds-barred interview where everything is on the table. Julie also spoke out where she said that she's not worried about her and Todd being apart and looks forward to the day that they will be reunited. Only time will tell what will happen to the Chrisley family in the coming weeks. So what do you think about this? They have a super long prison sentence, then they have probation. What do you think?
I'm just shocked at their amenities that they have in this prison, like a tennis rack, and they have every barbell and dumbbell. Like,
Yeah.
prisons in Pennsylvania are like 10 times worse. So I feel like it is kind of unfair. Like, they got to pick, but if it was anyone else, they would have been in like the worst prison facility. But hey, they scammed all those people, so they deserve to do their time.
It's definitely not the Allegheny County Jail.
No, it's not.
But yeah, I mean, best of luck. I'm sure they'll get out early though, on like good behavior or whatever. They'll probably serve like 6 months and then get to go home to their cushy home.
I feel like
wherever.
this year, like, everyone's secrets are coming out from like the industry, like from like Tory Lanez to Kim Kardashian, Kanye West. Like, I feel like this is the year that everyone stops hiding in the closet in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, you do it, then you're gonna have to pay the consequences for it.
Lisa Marie Presley, daughter of Elvis and Priscilla Presley, has died at the age of 54. On Thursday morning, she was rushed to the hospital after Presley's housekeeper found her unresponsive in her Calabasas home. Her ex-husband, Danny Keough, who lived there as well, performed CPR on Lisa Marie until the paramedics came. The paramedics were able to regain a pulse before she was transported to the hospital, but she later died in the hospital after suffering cardiac arrest, which is the same medical problem that happened to her father, Elvis Presley, in 1977 in his home, Graceland. According to People, Priscilla Presley said, "It is with a heavy heart that I must share the devastating news that my beautiful daughter, Lisa Marie, has left us. She was the most passionate, strong, and loving woman I have ever known. We ask for privacy as we try to deal with this profound loss. Thank you for the love and prayers. At this time, there will be no further comment," end quote. There is going to be a public memorial for Lisa Marie Presley at Graceland. Graceland used to be Elvis Presley's home from 1957 to 1977, which was later inherited by his daughter, Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie said in a past interview with People that after her, Graceland will go to her twins, Finley and Harper. Graceland is a major tourist attraction in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis and his descendants are buried. According to a statement on Graceland's website, the memorial of Lisa Marie Presley is open to the general public and will be held at 9 a.m. on January 22nd on the front lawn of Graceland Mansion in Memphis, Tennessee. If anyone would like to send donations, it should go to the Elvis Presley Charitable Foundation, a nonprofit that supports several charities, including local organizations focused on arts, education, and children programs. EO Peeps, please continue to send love and prayers to the Presley family at this time. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, Elvis Presley and then his daughter, and then, like, what a coincidence. She passed away the same way that her father did. What is your thoughts?
I'm a total believer that, like, we're all connected, like, dead or alive, like, somehow, and so I don't really think it's, like, that. I mean, it's crazy how that happened. It's really sad, but, like, to hear that, like, it just kind of makes me feel like Elvis was, like, with her or whatever. But I do really feel for Priscilla. It's horrible to lose, like,
your own daughter,
the love of your life and your only child all in one go, or I guess not all in one go, but just like before you even pass. That's horrible, and I'm definitely thinking about her. But I saw videos of her, of Lisa, like the days before her passing at, I think it was the Golden Globes with Austin Butler, and just like the way she was walking and stuff, she didn't seem like she was like fully there. And I know that it's coming up on the anniversary of her son's suicide, so I just think, I don't know, I just feel really horrible for Priscilla and, you know, all the kids that Lisa Marie left behind. It's terrible, and, you know, I just hope they all rest in peace. What are we going to do today, Ferb? Count down the days until we get to watch our favorite Disney animated series. Disney's Phineas and Ferb has been given its second wind, with its original creator, Dan Povenmire, taking the reins once again. The reboot calls for 40 brand new episodes featuring all of our favorite characters, such as Phineas, Ferb, Candace, Isabella, Perry the Platypus, and of course, Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Phineas and Ferb ran from 2007 to 2015 and produced over 200 episodes, 2 movies, and a soundtrack with the show's greatest hits. There hasn't been much information put out regarding the reboot other than that its original creator was in control and that it was picked up for 40 new episodes that will be split up over the course of 2 seasons. This all came out after creator Povenmire signed a new overall deal with Disney branded television. Under this deal, another Disney animated series, Hamster and Gretel, was picked up for a second season, and Phineas and Ferb was given a reboot. While we will have to wait for the new seasons to come, we'll just have to binge all of our favorite episodes until we find out what our cartoon friends have been up to. And wait a second, has anybody seen Perry?
I haven't seen him. Did you see him?
You haven't seen Perry?
No,
I've been looking around for him. I don't know where he went.
I saw him this morning when I was brushing my teeth, but I don't know, like.
And then he left, right?
Yeah.
Well, are you excited for this? Are you excited for more Phineas and Ferb?
It's like my childhood is literally coming out. Like everyone, like, I like how everyone's doing reboots because, like, we are going through dark times, and I feel like these episodes will definitely bring out, like, the little kid in us that we really need.
Yeah, and I know some people, like, when they saw it, they were kind of against it because Phineas and Ferb is such, like, a good show that sometimes reboots can kind of ruin stuff like that. But if it's with the original creator, I certainly hope that it will be just as good as the originals. And also, like, they haven't said anything about the actors, but hopefully, I know Ashley Tisdale voiced Candace. Like, I'm hoping they can get all of the same voice actors back and it really can be how it was before. Because, you know, if just one thing goes wrong, like different voice actors or like a different plot or whatever, then it's just like, it's not as enjoyable as it was. So I do hope that because the creator's the original person and he's still doing it, I hope that everything else will be the same too. And I'm really looking forward to watching it.
Me too. Can't wait. Miss Best of Both Worlds, Miley Cyrus, aka Hannah Montana, dropped a new single called Flowers. According to ABC Audio, the song has over 30 million streams on Spotify and made it Miley's biggest career streaming debut ever. Fans are going crazy on social media, speculating that the song is about her ex-husband, Liam Hemsworth. Not Thor, guys, the other one. The two started dating in 2009, but were always on and off. Then in 2019, the couple decided to split after 8 months of marriage. Now, EO peeps, here are 3 coincidences on why fans think the song is about Cyrus' past relationship with Hemsworth. Coincidence number 1. The first verse in Flowers is a reference to how the couple lost their home in 2018 by a wildfire. Cyrus sings, "We were right till we weren't, built a home and watched it burn." And lyric, she spoke in past interviews on how the fire incident is one of the reasons on why she married Liam. Coincidence number 2. The chorus is piggybacking on the hook of Bruno Mars' song, "When I Was Your Man." Miley sings how she can buy her own flowers, take herself dancing, and love herself better than he did. In an interview on the Howard Stern show, she shared how their relationship had too much conflict. It wasn't a happy home. Last but not least, coincidence number 3. Miley does a dance move on an empty street in the music video that was similar like the one she did in an interview with Hollywood Access. Liam was embarrassed and said, quote, "We're not doing this, not on the carpet," end quote. Cyrus has not yet commented on the speculations on the song being connected to her past relationship with Liam. EO peeps, keep an eye out on March 10th for Cyrus' new album, Endless Summer, and as of right now, go stream Flowers on all music platforms. Like, how do you feel? Like, I know everyone has been, like, in the loop on their relationship and on and off, and the fact that, like, she hasn't said anything, but fans know, like, they're researching, digging deep to, like, connect these, like, coincidence. Which coincidence shocked you the most? Like, that made you believe, like, okay, this is really about Liam?
I think they're all pretty damning. I think the wildfire one's probably like the most on cue, but I also, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I read online that song, that Bruno Mars song, was that was their first dance song at their wedding. So if that's true, I mean, I think it all just adds up. And I don't know, you didn't mention this in here, but she was wearing like a
the
gold
same dress as the
Jennifer
girl,
Lawrence from Hunger Games, which Liam was in the movie with. So then it's like, well, what happened between Jennifer Lawrence and Liam? Like, was there cheating going on? Like, we need the tea. We need the tea. But I don't think Miley will ever tell us. She's not really one to just air out everyone's business unless it's, you know, musically. But I don't think she'll say anything. But I do definitely think that this song is 1000% about him, and what a good way to do a little subtle dig. Yeah, because it seemed like she was just being subtle, but at the same time, she's not gonna like splurge out like their whole business. She just wanted to put it out there, like, I was in a horrible relationship. I was treated wrong, but now she's happy. She could buy her own flowers. She don't need no man. I think she mostly just, like, she wanted him to know. Yeah. Like, he knows that song's about him, and if everyone else wants to speculate, that's fine. We're going to go for a quick break, but when we come back, our first reporter, Natalia Hillen, is here to tell us about which celebrity just had a baby.
Welcome back, EO Peeps. First up, we have our girl, Natalia Hillen, telling us all about Chrissy Teigen and John Legend's newborn. Nat?
Thanks, Miss Alexis. A new celebrity baby has been born. Model Chrissy Teigen and singer John Legend Stevens recently just gave birth to their third child on January 13th. In August of 2022, Teigen revealed that she was pregnant and was expecting her third child. The pregnancy was almost announced 2 years after the loss of her son Jack at 20 weeks. Teigen reflected on life after the tough and sad loss. Quote, "The last few years have been a blur of emotions, to say the least, but joy has filled our home and hearts again. 1 billion shots later, we have another on the way," end quote. Legend and her are already parents of their 6-year-old daughter Luna and their 4-year-old son Miles. According to E! News, quote, "Chrissy had become pregnant with Jack naturally, while the couple's other children were conceived through IVF," end quote. She started fertility treatments before the big pregnancy announcement in August. When the baby was born, according to E! News, Chrissy wrote as an Instagram caption with her 2 children and the newborn, quote, "She's here, SC Maxine Stevens. The house is bustling and our family could not be happier. Daddy sheds nightly tears of joy seeing Luna and Miles so full of love. And I am learning you still need diapers with a C-section? We are in bliss. Thank you for all the love and well wishes. We feel it all. X," end quote. And Legend was performing at a private concert the night of and announced to the audience that his daughter was born earlier that morning. He said, quote, "What a blessed day," end quote. And E! News stated that while he didn't get a lot of sleep, he felt energized after spending a lot of time at the hospital. I am beyond excited to see Chrissy and John in a new chapter of their life with their beautiful family. Back to Hannah at the desk.
Thanks, Nat. Next up, we have Cade Montgomery telling us about what certain Euphoria star has been up to. Cade?
Thanks, Hannah. Euphoria star Maude Apatow, age 25, the oldest daughter of filmmaker Judd Apatow and actress Leslie Mann, has been acting on screen since 2007 when she started one of her father's films, Knocked Up. Since then, she has done many other projects, but she is most well known for playing Lexi Howard on the hit HBO show Euphoria, which has been renewed for a 3rd season. On January 13th, Apatow announced via her Instagram that she will be making her stage debut joining the cast of the off-Broadway revival of Little Shop of Horrors, playing the character Audrey. She expressed her excitement in the Instagram caption and even added that Little Shop of Horrors was the first musical she ever saw, writing, quote, "When I was 6, my cool older neighbor was in a rogue production of Little Shop of Horrors. It was the first musical I ever saw, and even though the cast was 11, it blew my mind," end quote. Many of the actress's fans were thrilled to hear that she would be performing on stage as her character on Euphoria wrote and performed in a play during the show's 2nd season. Not everyone is on board with this choice, though. Some fans of this specific production were not pleased with the casting, as this version of the show originally portrayed the character of Audrey as being older and giving up on herself, as opposed to how she is traditionally portrayed in productions as a young, naive woman who is not entirely aware she is in an abusive relationship. Since its 2019 opening, the role has been played by slightly older actresses, such as Tammy Blanchard, who was 42 at the time, and the current Audrey, Lena Hall, also aged 42. TikTok user Brian, the business analyst, discussed this in a video, saying that this is, quote, "a complete 180 for this production," end quote, but went on to say that he does see Apatow as a classic Audrey type and is excited to see what she does with this role. His video also addressed how nepotism has been a huge controversy in the media lately, and it was shocking that Apatow had been cast, as she is a child of nepotism herself, getting her big break very young in films that her father created, starring alongside her mother and sister. Other than these few examples, the announcement seemed to be received positively on social media. You can see Maude Apatow as Audrey at the West Side Theater in New York City beginning February 7th. But remember, don't feed the plants. Back to Miss Alexis at the desk.
Thanks, Cade. Next up, we have Kalyan Winder here to tell us who won Golden Globes. Kalyan?
The multiverse is a modern movie trope used by many, but none of those movies can compare to the complex and meaningful world of Everything Everywhere All at Once. The movie focused on Evelyn Wang, a Chinese immigrant sucked into a, quote, insane adventure in which she alone can save existence by exploring other universes, connecting with the lives she could have led, end quote. Actress Michelle Yeoh won the award for Best Actress in Musical or Comedy for her performance as Evelyn, and during her speech she shared many sentiments about being an Asian woman in Hollywood. Quote, "I remember when I first came to Hollywood, it was a dream come true until I got here, because look at this face. I came here and was told you're a minority," end quote. When closing music played for her exit, she told production to playfully shut up and let her finish, which means many fans appreciated. Fans on Twitter expressed that older male actors continue speaking after time's up without retaliation. And seeing Yo so confident and assertive was refreshing and inspiring to many Asian Americans that have felt overlooked in one way or another. Which leads into fellow actor Kwan, win for Best Supporting Actor for his performance as Wayman Wang in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Kwan was notably a child actor famous for his role in The Goonies and Indiana Jones. Since the 1980s, he was forced to retire due to the lack of opportunities for Asian actors at that time. In interviews, he said that he was inspired from seeing a rise of Asian-led films, which then kickstarted his career once more. During his emotional speech, he shared his insecurities, his passions, and his thankfulness to the directors Dan Kwan and Dan Scheinert for giving him his first major role in decades. Fans were also moved by his speech, with the W magazine saying, quote, "There was not a dry eye in that room," end quote. The movie has gained astounding worldwide recognition, being A24's highest-grossing movie, coming in at $103 million, with only a budget of $14 million. The film was praised by many for its nuanced and compelling direction of the existential struggle of perfectionism in today's age of social media and generational trauma faced by many Asian Americans and/or immigrants. As a result, the movie was put up for 6 well-deserving nominations total at the 2023 Golden Globes. Everything Everywhere All at Once is truly one of a kind, from its absurd comedy, its description of the multiverse, and its deep sentiment about and for Asian Americans. It's undoubtedly worth your time.
Thanks, Kalyan. Stay tuned because when we come back, Miss Hannah Buzza is here with our EOP cast for a Critics' Choice Award outfit rating. Don't go anywhere.
Hey.
Good evening and welcome to News Night. My name is Craig Ferkowski.
Tonight, we'll cover all your international, national, and local news.
Australia is one of the most biodiverse countries on the planet.
Over 8,000 items are to be auctioned off at Pittsburgh International Airport on October 22nd.
Last Thursday, the House Committee investigating the January 6th attack chose to subpoena former President Donald Trump. All this and more coming up on News Night.
Welcome back, EO Peeps. Today, I'm joined with our lovely cast, and we will be rating the outfits worn to the 2023 Critics' Choice Awards. We will be sharing whether we think that these outfits slay or should have stayed back on the rack. Is everybody ready to play?
Yeah! Woo.
So to start things off, we have Elle Fanning, and she is wearing this white lace gown, and then there's like little, I don't even know how to explain it, like little edges like sticking off the dress. It's probably a horrible way to describe that, but what do you think? Anna, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna give her a slay for this one. I think it's super cute. Is it strapless?
It's strapless, and like the top's like a corset.
Okay, yeah, she definitely slayed that. I love a strapless moment. The bottom added enough of like a little, you know,
flair
statement. Yeah, I'd give it a, if we're rating it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a solid 8.5.
Awesome. Okay, what about you, Cade?
I'd have to say slay. I think it's pretty good. I like how it's a little bit different, but it's not crazy, like out of this world different. Like it gives her a nice little edge. I'd probably put it like 7 out of 10.
Yeah. And then Matt?
I'm not a big fan of it, personally. I just don't really like stuff that is, like, huge, like, on the bottom. I've just never been, like, that's not really my style that much. The top is really cute, but I would say if the bottom was a little less, like, poofed, I would like it. So I'd give it, like, maybe a 5 out of 10.
Okay, good. I think it's cute. I think it's okay. I mean, I probably wouldn't wear it, but for the Critics' Choice Awards, I don't know. I'd probably give it, like, I'll go, like, 7.5 out of 10. So we all saw this one coming. It's obviously Austin Butler wearing an all-black suit. Nothing special about it at all, but it's Austin Butler, so there's some points just for that. So Nat, we'll start with you this time.
Of course, Slay. I mean, he's sexy. I'm not gonna lie. Hot, like all black is just, I just love it, especially on him. Like he just really made it work.
He's a good-looking guy.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Cade?
I'm gonna have to go with Slay. I like it. It's simple. It's classy. I love wearing black. Except for like today, I like wear black a lot. Of course, today I'm wearing a blue, but I like it a lot. Yeah.
And then Anna?
Definitely Slay. I love that he, you know, popped the collar a little bit.
Yeah.
Unbuttoned it a little bit. That really just added enough.
Yeah, that did it for you.
Perfect, yeah.
He's a really good looking guy. I think he can wear anything and look perfect. So I agree with all you guys. Slay. All right. So our third one, we have Selena Gomez. She's wearing kind of like, I almost want to call it like a prom dress. Like it's like a ball gown. There's a little slit right in the middle. And then she has 2 little red straps that are almost off the shoulder, but not quite. They're almost resting on like her collarbones going to the back. So what do we think of this dress? Kate, I'll start with you this time.
Yeah, I love Selena Gomez, but I'm gonna have to go with a no for this one. I'm not a big fan of how the sleeves, like the straps are kinda. It's just kinda odd to me. I think the rest of the dress looks nice. I just think it's kinda like basic, but like I'm not a fan of the straps.
She's like blending in with the carpet too, with that shade of red.
It's very exactly the same.
Yeah. Anna, what do you think?
I'm gonna agree with Cade. I'm not loving it. She's beautiful, but I don't love the dress. It looks kind of cheap to me.
Yeah.
Just kind of boring. I don't love it.
Great. And then Nat, what do you think?
I agree with them. I'm like in the middle. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I mean, I wouldn't wear it, and I do think it is basic, you know, with all that. I don't really like how, I don't know, it looks like she has like some type of like queen
or
thing.
something.
Yeah. And she does blend in with the red carpet. I don't like that either.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think it's just a little basic. Like I said, it almost kind of reminds me of like a prom dress. Yeah. I probably wouldn't wear it to a reward or an award show, but that's just me. Right, so coming in at number 4, we have Andrew Garfield. So he wore, and contrary to Austin Butler, he wore a full beige look. It's more like a camel, and then his button-up shirts, like a little, like half a shade lighter, I would say. So Anna, we'll start with you. What do you think of this look?
I like it. I think it's cool. I like the all like brown or beige or whatever, but I'm not loving the shoes with it.
Yeah,
I think he could have done better with the shoes, but if you're looking from, you know, ankles up, I think it's pretty good.
Okay, Cade, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to agree with Anna on the shoes. I think the shoes are definitely not working, but the rest of the outfit I do really like. I'll give the rest of the outfit a slay. Okay. I think it's all pretty good put together. I like how the shirt's a little bit different to give like something other than the whole one color. But yeah, other than the shoes, I think it's a good look.
Okay, and then Nat?
I like it. I agree with them. The shoes, I think it would have looked really classy with like black shoes. Yeah. I think the black over the white for this, it would have been a statement. But yeah, I mean, he looks good.
Yeah, and I hand it to him because I feel like most of the time for these carpets, the men do just wear like black suits. I mean, obviously Austin looks amazing. We're not talking about him when we, you know, put all these men in a category, but he did kind of switch it up. It gives you something different to look at. So I'll say slay from the ankles up with the rest of you guys. Okay, going to our next outfit, we have Janine Teague. She's wearing this like black dress. So from her shoulders to her ankles, it's pretty much just mesh and sheer. And then she has these big poofs on her feet. She has some tulle on her shoulder, but there's a lot to look at here. So Nat, we'll start with you. What do you think of this look?
It's not bad. I don't know how I feel about it. The bottom, it's different. I kind of like that it's different, and it's not like a bad different.
Yeah.
It's kind of a unique different. She kind of tried to add her own style to it. So I actually am a fan of this. I slay.
Yeah.
Slay.
Cade?
I'd have to agree. I like it. It's not my favorite that I've seen, but it's definitely different in a good way, like what Nat said.
Yeah.
I think it's different and it suits her really well, which is good. And yeah, I don't love it, but I don't hate it, you know?
Yeah. And then Anna, what do you think?
I think it's great. I love mesh and tulle. I think that's like my favorite like material for like dresses and stuff. But the bottom, I might have left that out.
Yeah.
I don't love that, but overall, I like it.
Yeah. I actually really like this dress. I think it's really good for an award show in the setting they were in. The only thing is when I look at it, it kind of reminds me of like a poodle. Like, you know, when poodles get shaved and their owners just leave the fur like around their like ankles and stuff. That's kind of what this dress reminds me of, but I actually think it's really good for the occasion that they were at. It is definitely different than the other dresses that people were wearing. So next up we have Lady Gaga. She is wearing this beautiful dress. It's gold from like the middle area down, and then there's some black lace, and then black lace covering her arms with sleeves, and then there's also black trim around the bottom of the gold gown. So we'll start with Cade. What do you think about this dress?
I like it a lot. I think it's a very Gaga look.
Yeah.
She always goes for something a little over the top, and this is a lot tamer than some things I feel she usually wears. It's a lot more like classier, but I like it a lot. It very much speaks to her personality, and I like how it's like the black at the top, so it's not all just the gold. Like the black accents really help, like at the bottom of the dress and the top. So yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah. Nat, what do you think?
I do really like it too. I think it fits her. I think the most important thing to remember out of these award shows is like these celebrities are trying to wear dresses that fit them and their personalities.
Yeah.
So even if it's not for someone else, it's for them.
Yeah.
So I do think it really fits her. I like the gold. The gold is a statement.
It's gorgeous, yeah. Totally. Anna, what do you think?
I think she pulls it off great, but I don't love it personally. But again, how they said, like, that's her personality, so I think she pulls it off.
Yeah, it definitely is one of her tamer looks, and I do think the gold was a really strong choice compared to what a lot of other people wear, especially to like the Critics' Choice Awards. I feel like you would normally see something like this for like the Met Gala or something, so it really makes her stand out and pop in her Gaga way without having to like be dressed in meat, you know?
Right.
Our final look, this one's very controversial, and I don't know, I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say about this. So this is Hailey Sahar. She's wearing this red ball gown, straight down, tight. It's covering her fingertips, everything, almost like a Balenciaga, Kim Kardashian moment. And then she has this big red, almost like a vest with a big hood over it. And that's what she's holding in the picture. So I'm just wondering, what are you guys thinking about this dress? Anna, we'll start with you.
I hate it. I think she's just doing too much. I don't know. I just don't like it at all. I think the hood is really not good. Yeah, it's a no for me.
Yeah. Kate?
Yeah, it's also going to be a no from me. It kind of goes back to what we were saying about Selena Gomez with blending in with the carpet, like a red look like that. She like is almost blending in with the carpet. And the hood, I'm not loving the hood, like what she said. It's just kind of like odd.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I don't know. No words.
Yeah. And then that?
Yeah, I kind of agree. The hood is a little bit too much. She's obviously trying to say something, like she wants to be different. So I have to understand that again. I don't really like how she blends in with the carpet.
Yeah.
And maybe if the jacket was black and then maybe if it was a different color, I'd like it a little more, but the hood is definitely like not it.
Yeah, I agree with all you guys. I don't really think, it's not my cup of tea. She does blend with the carpet. And I like how you said that she was obviously trying to like make a statement or something, because she obviously was. I just don't necessarily think that statement went in her favor. Now this is like a look I could see Lady Gaga wearing, you know? But I don't know, it's not really my cup of tea either. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Entertainment on Point. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Entertainment on Point. We will see you next week.